Hello students, today we will be discussing about sequences and series. Now, you are all familiar with ordered pair. It has two elements, maybe numbers, integers, fractions, anything. Here this pair is not equal to this pair. It means in an ordered pair, the position of the element is important. It makes sense. Similarly, this is an ordered triple. We can have ordered quadruple. In this manner, we can have n terms like this, which we call ordered n tuple. This thing can also be called a sequence of n elements a1, a2 and so on up to an. Of course, this is the case of a finite sequence, but normally in mathematics we will most often come across sequences having infinite number of examples elements. Then we write them as a1, a2 and so on, just leave it. So, this means it contains infinite number of elements and each element has a specific position. Now, we must distinguish between a set and a sequence. The set of natural numbers and the sequence 1, 2, 3 and so on, they are not exactly same, because in a set the elements will not repeat, whereas we can have a sequence like this in which all the elements are same. Also we can have element like this, where the first two terms repeat. So, in a sequence the elements need not be distinct, whereas in a set the element must be distinct, and then elements may not have an order, whereas in a sequence the elements have a specific order. In what follows, we are more inclined in sequences of special types. Sometimes we do not write the list of all the elements, we give a rule to find the various elements. For instance, if you have a sequence like 1, 3, 5, can you guess the next number? Yes, obviously next number is 7, then it is 9, because we have a special pattern here. We find that every number occurring in the sequence is just 2 more than the previous. Similar case is this 1, 5, 9, 14 and so on. In the given sequence we have T1, that is first term, is just A. T2, that is second term, is A plus D. T3 is A plus 2D. Similarly, T4 is equal to A plus 3D and so on. Now, you can observe that number of D's here has some link with the number of terms here. For instance, in second term there is just 1 D, in third term there are 2 D's, in fourth term there are 3 D's. So, we can expect that in 17th term there will be 16 D, because 16 is just 1 less than 17. In this way, in general, T n is equal to A plus n minus 1 D. Now, this is our expectation. This may not be always true. That is why it is better to prove it by mathematical induction. So, we are going to prove that T n is equal to A plus n minus 1 d for an A p. So, our P n is just the statement this. Clearly, P 1 is simply T 1 is equal to A plus 0 times d, which is quite correct. So, P 1 is true. Now, we assume this result for k. So, let P k be true. This means T k is equal to A plus k minus 1 d. Now, to obtain the next term, we have T k plus 1 is just d more than the kth term, which equals A plus k minus 1 d plus d, which equals A plus k d, which can be written as A plus k plus 1 minus d. So, we have T k plus 1. Thus, we find that T k plus 1 follows the same pattern. So, P k plus 1 is true, and hence P n is true for all n belonging to n. That means T n is always A plus n minus 1 d for all the value of n. So, thus we have established the formula for the nth term for any A p, where A is the first term and d is the common difference. Having proved the result, we can use this any problem without any hesitation. Now, let us take some examples involving nth term. Suppose the question is, find the 25th term of 1, 4, 7, 10 and so on. Here A is equal to 1 and d equal to 3. Hence, T 25 is equal to A plus 25 minus 1 d, that equals 1 plus 24 times 3, which equals 73. Thus, we can say with full confidence that the 25th term of 1, 4, 7 and 10 and so on is exactly 73. The formula which we proved is not only helpful for finding nth term, sometimes we can also find the value of n when nth term is given to us. For instance, if we are to find the question like this 1, 5, 9, 13 and so on. Suppose we have to find which term is 61, which term is 61. Here A is 1, D is 4, N is not known to us, but T n is given to be 61. So, we have the formula T n is A plus n minus 1 d. Let us put the values of d, n, a, etc. What do you get? We get 61 equal to 1 plus n minus 1 times 4. This implies 61 is equal to 1 plus 4n minus 4, which implies 61 plus 3 is equal to 4 times n. which makes n equal to 16. So, we have proved that the 16th term of the sequence 1, 5, 9 and so on is equal to 61. The same formula can be used for finding the first term or even finding the common difference. So, in any question, out of 4 parameters, if 3 are known to us, we can always find the fourth. Let us take one example. The first term of a sequence is 5. The 15th term is 75. Find the entire sequence. Here A is 5, D is not known to us, N is known to us, that is 15, and also Tn is known to us as 75. We can solve this as Tn is A plus n minus 1 D. So, Tn is 75, A is 5, n is 15, D is unknown. This gives 75 minus 5 is 14D, that is 70 is equal to 14D. So, finally, D is equal to 5. So, it is clear that whenever out of the 4 parameters A, N, D and Tn, any 3 is given, we can find the fourth. Now, look at what I write: 3 plus 6 plus 9 and so on. What I have written is not a sequence. In fact, it looks like a sequence, but there is a difference. Here a plus term is coming between any terms. So, a series is almost like a sequence, but the only difference is each term is connected by a mathematical sign, mostly plus. As far as the nth term is considered, the formula is the same, but for a series we can do one more thing. We can also find the sum of n terms. To find sum of n terms, we can write Sn as 3 plus 6 plus 9 and so on up to the nth term is clearly 3n. Once again we write Sn as 3n, the previous term 3n minus 3 and so on up to 3. If we simply add this, we get 2Sn equal to 3n plus 3, again 3n plus 3 and so on, and lastly again 3n plus 3. So, in this sum we get 3n plus 3 is occurring exactly n times. So, it equals n times 3n plus 3. Now, mind, this sum is the value of 2Sn. So, we get Sn is equal to n by 2 3n plus 3. Now, what we did? We found the sum of n terms for a particular series. To have a general formula, we take the general case A plus D and so on up to A plus n minus 1 D. Let us call it Sn. Sn can be written again in the reverse order as A plus n minus 1 D plus A plus n minus 2 D and so on, and finally A. if we add it, on the left hand side we get 2Sn, while on the right side we have 2A plus n minus 1 d as the first term, also the same thing as second term, and so on, and we get such terms in n number. Again you have 2A plus n minus 1 d. So, each term is the same, but number of such terms is exactly n. So, which equals n times 2A plus n minus 1 d, which makes Sn equal to n by 2 2A n minus 1 d. Thus, we have a formula for the sum of n terms of any AP, where the first term, nth term and common difference are known to us. Today, I have introduced you the concept of sequence. We also discuss in specific what is known as arithmetic progression. In short, we call it AP. We have proved a formula for the general term, namely Tn is A plus n minus 1 d. We have also worked out a formula for the sum of first n terms, namely Sn is equal to n by 2 times 2A plus n minus 1 d. With the help of these two formulae, we can solve almost any problem of AP. Thank you very much.